Hello, everybody. So, this is going to be part 2.2 of balancing chemical equations, physical chemistry basics, part 2.2. And I'm going to finish where I left off with these questions. This is just basically 1 to 15, and I left off at 7, so I have 8 left, 8 questions left to 8 chemical equations to balance. So, if you could see here, okay. Trying to balance the let's try to balance this first. Try to balance the carbon. So we have three. Okay. So we have CO two. Two and then plus O plus H2O. Okay, so we got that. Got 3 CO2, so we balance the carbon. We've balanced the carbon. Now let's balance the hydrogen. Okay, so we have 8 here. We have 8 hydrogen atoms here. So what we need to do is, okay, basically we just need to balance here. GF1, C3, H8. Okay. Then we add 4 here. So 4 times 2, that'll equal to 8 hydrogen atoms. Now let's balance the oxygen atoms. So if we add the oxygen atoms on the right side, we will have 4 times 1 is equal to 4. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. So we just need to add 5O2 here. 5. Okay. So this will be our final answer. We can just disregard 1 here. And let's see if it's correct, okay? Let's check number 8. C3H8. 5O2, 3CO2, and plus 4H2O. That is correct, okay? Correct. Now let's go here to number 9. So let's first check out what Ca is, okay? Ca is calcium. Then we got carbon and then oxygen, okay? So calcium is already balanced, but since carbon and the oxygen is not balanced, we'll have to do a lot of stuff here. So let's start with carbon. Let's first start with carbon. Try to balance carbon in both sides. It's already balanced. Okay. Let me just check. I think this is already balanced. Yeah, it's already balanced. I knew it. It was already balanced from the start. This is so. Okay, that's already balanced from the start. I intuitively had an idea that it was already balanced because there was nothing left for me to look at. It's already balanced. Okay. So what is Zn? Let's first search for the Zn. Um, zinc. Okay, zinc and chloride. Okay, we got zinc, hydrogen, and chloride. So we just have to balance these two. So zinc is already balanced. We got hydrogen and chloride that is not balanced over here, so we have to balance that. In order to get two of those, you just need to add two HCl. And I believe that'll be balanced. What are you saying? I believe that's already balanced. That is our final answer. Let's check the answer sheet. Zn plus 2HCl plus ZnCl2 and then plus H2. Okay, that's correct. So that's correct. Now we're on to our last 5 questions. Let's just answer this, okay? So we have to balance the oxygen, basically everything, okay? So first let's try to balance carbon, okay? Let's try to balance our carbon right here. So we have C2H6 plus O2. Let's balance the carbon by adding 2 over here, CO2. So we'll just have to balance these out, okay? So we balance the carbon atoms, but in turn, the oxygen atoms became unbalanced on the other side. So now we have to add 2 over here. Okay, yeah, it needs to have a coefficient of 2. Let me just okay. Okay, so now we have 2. That's balanced. Okay. This will be balanced. Oh no, wait. I will be wrong with that. I believe there's more to that than this. Okay. So in order to balance, we have H6 over here. So let's just go to H2O. H6, so this becomes 3. Then H2, we got 1 over here, the subscript. So now we just need to find out the coefficient for O2 here. And in order to find that, we just need to find the sum of the oxygen atoms, this right side. So 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3 times 1 is 3. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay. Hold on, let me just check if that's correct. I'll just check if everything is correct. Times 2 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. So 4 plus 3 is 7. And in order to get that, okay. Let me just, I believe the answer here would be 3.5, but I'm not sure. So let me just check. And I would be wrong. So let me just try this again. Let me just try this again, okay? It's okay to make mistakes. I just made one mistake, okay? I'll just try again. You know, in life, you just have to make mistakes. Okay, that's how you learn. Okay, so let's try to balance the carbon atoms again. Let's try to balance the carbon atoms. But I'll check if question is right. CO2 is H2O. Yeah. So we need to do is we just need to balance this. Okay. So let me ease your mind. And let's make a toast that it'll be alright. Cheers to you for giving me a chance. Okay, so we got carbon. We just need to replace this card. We just need to add a coefficient here. Let me just check the answer sheet. See if what happened here. Because this really is challenging, to be honest. Okay, so we always need to have a whole number, no coefficient. And we did that by multiplying this to 2. So then we have 4 over here. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4. So in order to have 4 over here, we just need to make 0 to C1, O2. Then in order to have 2 over here, in order to have 6 hydrogen atoms at the right side, we just need to add 3, I believe. Coefficient is 3, and then you just need to. Okay, 4 times 2 is 8, and 3 times 1. Wait, let me. Oh, my bad. I forgot that I added a 2 over here, so that'll actually be 6. Because there's a 2 over here, so 2 times 6 is 12, so 6 times 2 is 12. So now we'll have 4 times 2, 4 times 2 is 8. 6 times 1 is 6, so 6 times 1 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8, so now we have 12, okay? 12 oxygen atoms. Okay. Let me just check if that's right. 6 times 1, 6, 4 times 12 is 8. So 8 plus, oh no, sorry, that was 14, okay. Now 14 divided by 2, so that'll be 7. Oh, 2. That'll be the final answer. Okay. So now let's do the 12 over here. Let me just so let's check what Fe is. It's iron, and then what's S? sulfur. We got iron, sulfur, and oxygen. So let's try to balance this out. Let's first start with the oxygen. Oh no, let me just start with the iron first. So we have, let's try to, oh, never mind. Let's try 4. Fe, that's 2, plus O2. O2, and then, yes, so we got 2 times 2, O3, 6. That'll be SO2. Okay. Then we'll have 2 over here. That'll be 2 sulfur. Oh, no, no, no. We're gonna have 4 sulfur. No, never mind. It's actually 8. Okay, so 8 sulfur and oxygen. So that will amount to 8 times 2 is 16, and then and 2 times 3 is 6, 16 uh, plus 6. Okay, it's going to be, I believe, 16. Wait, let me just 16 plus 6 is just going to be 22. So 22 divided by 2 is just 11. So check if that's the correct answer. 4E2 11O2 2Fe2 O3 plus 8SO2. Okay, that's correct. That's correct. So we have 3 questions left. Okay, it's gonna be the first question until 3. Then we're finished with the 15 examples for balancing chemical equations. And this one is pretty hard. Can you just look at how many elements there are in this? So let's just first search for what K is. Potassium, then Mn is manganese. We got potassium, manganese, and oxygen, and hydrogen and chloride. Okay. This is going to prove to be hard, but nothing in life is easy, you know. Sorry if I'm getting a little bit philosophical. That was very unprovoked. Okay, so let's start with K first. Let's start with potassium first. Try to balance potassium here. Potassium is already balanced, but chloride is not. Manganese is also not balanced here. Oh, Billy, I believe it's already balanced. Oxygen. Okay, let's try to balance oxygen first. Okay. I'll just leave spaces for potential coefficients, but there's no coefficient. We could just remove that. Okay. Cheers to you for giving me a chance. I'll be your angel, guardian man. Okay, so we got coefficients here. Let me just okay, let me we can, then the coefficients here. Okay, so let's balance oxygen first. So there are 4 oxygen. So let's put 2 over here. I mean 4. So after that, oxygen is already balanced. Uh, Now we have to balance hydrogen. Since hydrogen here is 4. Okay. Hydrogen is here 4, so 4 times 2 is 8. So we just have to put 8 over here. Now we have to balance the chloride. Okay. Oh wait, let's balance the potassium first. Let's balance the potassium first. There's 1 over here. Oh wait, no. So we have chloride, 2 chlorides here, 4 chlorides, 5 chlorides. We have 1 over here. So we have 3 chlorides here, 3 chlorides. 3 chlorides, and then in order to add, just need to have 5 here. But that unfortunately cannot happen. Let's try to reframe the question. Let's try to do this again because I stumbled upon a very great problem. Let's try to add a coefficient of 2 here, so then we would have to balance. Um, okay, so uh, So you would have to match the K and then chloride. Okay. Let's first try to match potassium. Got two over here. And CO. Yeah, we're gonna have two CO and then two and two. Okay. So 2 times 3 is basically just 6. So we're supposed to have 6 over here, but we have to balance the hydrogen first. Okay. Balance the hydrogen first. Um, uh, no, wait, let's try to balance manganese first. Because you have 2 over here. So that means you're gonna have 2 over here as well. Then oxygen. Uh, 2 times 4 is 8, so we can have 8 over here. So you have 2 there. 2 CO, that's going to 2 times 4 is 8, and plus 2, and then plus 2 again. So 2 times 2 is 8, it's going to be 10. So okay. I believe I have the answer. Okay. Times 2 is going to be 16. I believe I have the answer. Okay. So we have 2 potassiums, 2 magnesiums. As with oxygen, we have 2 times 4 is going to be 8 oxygens right here. As with hydrogen, we have 8 times 2. There's going to be 16 over here. Then we're gonna have to find the chloride. Let's see if the chlorides are right, and if it is, then this is going to be the final answer, my final answer. Okay, so we have 2 times 1 is going to be 2, and then we have 6 over here. Okay, 2 times 1, that's 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so we got 6, and then 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6 again, so we've got 12 over there. So we got 12 over here, so we're going to have to find. So 2 times 2. 2 times 1 is 2, so we got 2 times 2 over here. 6. Now we just need to have. Okay. I believe this will be the final answer. Because 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. Then 5 times 2 is going to be 10. So 10 plus 6 is 16. So let me just check if that is correct. And it is correct. Okay. We're still getting the correct answers. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay, so let's go with the 14 now. First, let me just take a quick break. Okay, so let's resume here. Let's try to solve for. I believe this is magnesium. Let me just check what Na and P mean. P mean in the periodic table. Okay, so we have sodium, we have phosphorus, we have magnesium. Okay, so sodium, phosphorus, magnesium. Okay, let's first try to balance the NAs, the sodiums. So let's try G. Let's try tree and let me just answer it directly here. Tree over here. That'll make 3Cl. 3Cl. Um, yeah, we're gonna have two over here. Wait, no. Okay, so we have two over here, two, three. Yeah, I believe it's gonna be. Let me just count that. Um, six. Let's see. Chloride. We have two. Make chloride same. Four times two is just 8 here. So this just turns to 8. Okay. And I think we've already balanced it. I think this is the final answer. Let me just check, okay? So I have 2 Na3, PO4, 3 MgCl2, Mg3, PO42. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be 4. It's gonna be the same, I believe, but the answer will be the same as 8. So 6 NaCl. That's correct, okay? That was fairly fast. I'm actually getting pretty good at this. Um, so let me just. So this is the final question. Okay. We're just going to answer the final question, and this will be the end of part 2 of physical chemistry for balancing chemical equations. Stay tuned for the next part for chemistry, though. I'm going to be discussing a lot of chemistry lessons in the near future. So first, let's try to get this. Okay, so we have 6 over here. Okay. In order to have 6 over here, let's try to make this 2 first. Let's try to make this 2 first. Okay. I find that it always pretty much always works. Okay. So 2 over here. So we're trying to copy here. 2 times 6 is 12. So let's go with 12 here. Okay. So 12, 2, then we got oxygen here. 2 times 6, we got 2. 12 times 2 is 24. 24, okay. Okay. Okay, so that doesn't work. It obviously doesn't work. Let's try 3 instead. Okay. So you need to make 18 carbons. Okay. No. Let's stick with 2. Stick with 2 over here. So 2 times 6, gonna be 12. Then we got 2 over here, 2 oxygen. We got 2 oxygen here. Plus 4. And just need to have about I believe it's gonna be 12. 12 carbons. Times 6. So we have 8 here. So it's gonna be 12. Cylinder 4, it's going to 14. It's gonna be 14, 7. It's gonna be 7 here. But that won't be correct, okay? Let's try to make this 6. Okay, let's try to make 6 carbon. It's gonna be 12 here. So then this will work. Yeah, that will work. Let's try having hydrogen first. Okay. We balanced hydrogen. Now we just need to balance carbon and oxygen. So how should we balance this? What number should we balance this to? It's going to be 6 here. No. Let me just remove that. Remove this 12. This is arguably the hardest question yet. I'm going to have to take my time with this. So unfortunately, I stopped recording, but this is going to be the final answer for 14. Okay. And now we're trying to figure out what 15 is. Okay. So let's try to answer it. If you suppose this is 12. Sansu is going to be 20. Sansu is 12, so then 6, 2 times 6, 12 plus 2. It's going to be 14, and 12 times 2 is 24, so that's not going to work. So a bit of a correction on the 15 here. It's actually H2O. We just didn't have the correct question. Okay, so let's just solve this. Okay, so we have just try to have 2 here. Let's try to have 12 was an O2. But we're gonna have 6 and 8 here, so let's try to balance these out, right? Let's try to make 2. Oh, no, no, no. So I'm just gonna add 6 here. So get 6 times 1, 6. Then we're gonna have O2. It's gonna be 12. Okay, so that's gonna be 12, and add 12 there. Then here in hydrogen, it's going to be 6 times 2 here. Let me just check the problem, okay? So CO2 plus H2O. 1206. CO2, yes, that's correct. So just going to answer this. In order to make H2, H 6 times 1 is going to be 6, so 6 times 2 is going to be 12. 12 times plus 12 plus 6 is going to be 18. We're just going to add a 3 here, okay? So 3 times O2, 3 times 2 is 6. Wait, no, let me just 4, okay. For O2, this is 6 times 12 is 12, and then plus 6 here. It's gonna be 18, and then 4 times 2 is gonna be 8. So that's obviously correct. Obviously not correct. It's gonna be 6 again. 6 times 2 is 12, and then we add 6 again, so that's gonna be the final answer, I believe. Yes, that is the final answer for 15. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it.